In this video, we are going to let you know the top 15 things that only strong people do. I guess you need to know what our definition of strong is. This can come down to a little bit of personal interpretation, but we can all agree that in general, there is a difference between who is considered a strong person and who is considered weak. Whether this is physically or emotionally, strong people tend to be more resilient in daily life. We'll now let you know the top 15 habits that will keep you motivated. You've probably heard people telling you to get out of your comfort zone. This is a simple way to explain the theory that to get better or grow stronger, you need to challenge yourself. Another common phrase is, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Meaning that if you don't try new things and push yourself, even when it's hard, you'll never move on in life. Just like when you started school or a new job, things probably seemed really strange and difficult. But by persevering and getting over that initial discomfort, you learned new skills and got new experiences too. You got to experience new things that eventually taught you lessons. People that want to build a strong mental fortitude will challenge themselves in many ways so that they can be better prepared for times when things get tough. One important thing to do is not to expect instant gratification. We have spoken about this before, and it's something you can practice daily. Stop rewarding yourself constantly. Save your self-praise for a designated time. For example, work hard and be productive during the week, then treat yourself to a trip to the beach with a barbecue at the weekend. Don't snack daily. This one needs no explanation. You just need to set realistic goals for yourself. Don't use others' progress as a benchmark or you'll be disappointed. You can use them as inspiration and set an ultimate goal, but when it comes to your daily and weekly tasks, just keep them achievable in the real world. This is another hot topic that we have covered in several videos. Be honest with yourself and others. Looking at shadow work and talking therapies, many breakthroughs happen when you realise that you can drop the mask. You can be honest with yourself and accept that you have made a mistake or made a bad choice. And so do other people. Everyone will do things wrong in their life. The difference between a strong person and a weak person is that the strong person will learn from these incidents and admit when they're at fault. When nothing seems to be going your way, when the world feels as if it's against you, or when you've made a colossal mistake and your life is falling apart, don't build yourself a pity palace. It's perfectly natural to have waves of guilt or feeling pity for yourself. Just don't set up permanent residence in that state of mind. Accept it, move on, find solutions, and maybe even find a way to laugh at yourself. Herein lies the issue with weaker people. As with many items on this list, imposter syndrome is a symptom of being stuck or overthinking, which leads to depression and inaction. Everyone these days feels like they are just faking it until they make it. Everyone. The stronger types understand that this element of self-doubt keeps them in check, but They don't let it consume their whole thoughts. You can view life's challenges as lessons or opportunities that will set you on the right road for success. Of course, there are always going to be times in your day or your week when you have a problem to solve. This could be ongoing for many months, or it could just be for a few short hours. If you can find one good or productive element of that problem, you are already strengthening your mind. For example, let's say you've volunteered at an event and it's all getting a bit too chaotic. Take a step back and think what you are gaining from this. Number 1, it's the experience and learning what to do and what not to do. Number 2, you are finding your boundaries when it comes to taking on responsibilities. And finally, you may be able to even meet new people or make new connections at the event that will help you further down the road. This also comes down to being true to yourself, being honest. There is a big difference between someone who is saying mean things to hurt you and with someone who is giving you feedback which you may not want to hear. For example, as a writer, someone might tell me that they hated my book. Well, this holds no value to me. I can't be hurt by it because it's just their opinion. They also haven't told me what parts they disliked. However, if I get a bad review and someone tells me, "Oh, I hated the section where the mother and daughter argued because it just didn't feel genuine. The daughter seemed too emotionless," I can then look back on my work and see if there are improvements that I could make, or whether I explained my reasoning effectively on the run-up to the argument. A strong person will recognise that criticism is helpful, and if it's not constructive, then don't let it get to you. Have you just been given a terrible piece of information? You are so shocked in the moment that you can't even think of a way to get out of it. This could be a health situation, a work situation, anything where the impact is so big for you and the people you know that you truly feel out of control. Strong people acknowledge that this is a huge impact. They take the initial time to digest the information and then they work on solutions. Look at people working in crisis situations such as earthquakes or a forest fire. Plans are put into place. People on the ground have a system and rules so that they can stay safe whilst working efficiently to help others. Think of your future problem solving in this way too. Don't ignore the problem. Inspect the issue, find ways to resolve it. There is strength in calmness. We've all encountered those people who can't help but moan 24/7. They only see the bad in situations, and if something doesn't go to the plan that they're expecting, they're the first to be pessimistic. Obviously, mental health comes into play here, and some people are going through a bad time which may impact their positivity. But don't let a negative person affect you and your group's productivity. Get the person on board with things. Talk to them and encourage them to explore different avenues to solutions. Most importantly, find out if there is anything you can do to support them with their own troubles and put them in a better mindset. Constantly nagging and moaning can really affect the morale of a team, so it's best to address it and avoid doing it yourself. Your worth is not determined by money or wealth. Strong people recognise that they must set boundaries and have realistic expectations in mind, so that when they are challenged, they can effectively give a firm answer and justify their stance. This is not about being right or wrong. You can still debate an issue with someone and agree to disagree. However, a strong person will not devalue themselves just because their peers are following a trend. For example, if a world event happens and it causes racism to come to light, a strong person will speak out against this, even if it means losing their friends or family members. The same goes for all human rights and other inequalities, especially if the hate is aimed towards you. Strong people stand their ground and look to educate others. They can also take on constructive criticism. Strong people ask for assistance. They ask for help. They ask for clarification. This is because they realise that they can't do everything alone, and they don't know everything in the world. It's as simple as that. Speak up when you need help or if you're unsure of something. You're not a burden to others. You can take this literally and apply it to working for someone else, or you can think about the bigger picture. Strong people realise that being yourself is the best way to feel happy and satisfied. If you don't express yourself and always feel like you need to copy other people, then you will never reach your full potential. Humans have always been competitive, and it's no different today. You might feel as if you're competing for a job role at work, or if you're competing against classmates at college to get the best grades. Maybe you're competing against your siblings, or as a parent you could be competing against other families. Stop. You can earn more respect and feel a lot less pressured if you constructively look at your competitor and ask yourself, why do you care? Are you jealous? Are they actually better at their job than you? Why not talk to the person, or even compliment them on their success, or ask them for advice? You can respect and even be friends with your rivals. Just as this famous poem says, you need to talk about your issues. If all you do is keep the negative feelings in or bitch to other people about what's going on, you will never be free of the toxic feelings. Another great quote about holding on to a grudge is, "Not forgiving is like drinking rat poison and then waiting for the rat to die." Either address the issues and move on, or learn to let them go. A strong person understands that it is only yourself you will hurt by holding on to toxic, angry, negative feelings. If you have enjoyed this video and you're inspired by what you've seen, don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Let's change the world together.